It appears as if it's not Uhuru yet for President Bola Tinubu and the ruling All Progressive Congress APC following the affirmation of his electoral victory by the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal. This is because opposition parties who filed petitions against its declaration by Independent National Electoral Commission in the 2023 presidential poll are now heading to the Supreme Court in their quest to seek what they called justice. Our correspondent Fatoku Kule in this report presented from our studios take a look at the tribunal verdict and what lies ahead.
Judgment Day for the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal, which several Nigerians had been anxious of, came on September the 6th, 2023. With a 5-man panel of Justice of the Appeal Court dismissing the petitions on the grounds that the petitioners lacked evidence to back their claims that irregularities affected the outcome of the presidential election. In the judgment that lasted for over 10 hours, the tribunal made it clear that the petitioners merely engaged in a wild goose chase. Barely hours after the court threw out the petitions, the presidency offered an olive branch to the Labour Party and the People's Democratic Party and other aggrieved parties in the election.
Well, Daniel has come to judgment. Today is a great day for Nigeria. The Nigerian judiciary had proved itself to be the guardians for justice and fairness against the sirens of deception. It's a battle between the will of the people and the forces of misinformation and disinformation. But democracy has finally triumphed.
The ruling All Progressive Congress APC and some political analysts believed that the petitioners had no case filing the petitions, as according to them, the judgment of the Presidential Election Tribunal only affirmed the wishes of the electorate.
God has his ways of doing things. God has so done it that I surely won the election. I will just advise all of them to go and wait for the next 4 years. I want to congratulate the judiciary and then congratulate Ashwaji himself for the efforts and for becoming victorious. I only pray that his term in office will be beneficial to all Nigerians.
Nothing has come out that is very unusual in the judgment, because when you watch the proceedings, the parties, both the article and OB, they have not advanced credible reasons why they should win the election. Because if we are contending that they are not even saying he came third, and he said they should disqualify the person that came first. He was not even disputing the total figure that Tinubu got.
Section 134 of the Electoral Act is very clear in terms of proof. Before they can ground the petition, they must prove that there was no substantial compliance. Mere irregularities cannot upturn an election. And what the petitioners have been busy doing in their petition was to state various irregularities that took place. And they were not specific, they were just general.
However, the People's Democratic Party, PDP, and its presidential candidate, Atiku Abubakar, has rejected the judgment of the tribunal and has decided to take their quest to seek justice over the presidential election to the Supreme Court.
Consequently, I have asked my lawyers to activate my constitutionally guaranteed rights of appeal to the higher court, which in the instance is the Supreme Court of Nigeria. It is my conviction that the electoral process in Nigeria should be devoid of untidy manipulations, and that the outcome of every election should be a perfect reflection of the wishes of the electorate.
It is to force pronouncement on some of these unacceptable ethical issues for the love of the country and its future generation. I also call on members not to lose focus and be distracted. The NWC is doing everything possible to keep this party together so that we will give this government a credible opposition.
The Labour Party and its presidential flag bearer, Peter Obi, is also heading to the Apex Court with the belief that the highest court in the country will overturn the verdict of the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal.
As petitioners in this case, we respect the views and ruling of the court, but we disagree with the court's reasoning and conclusions in the judgment it delivered. It is my intention as the presidential candidate and the intention of Labour Party to challenge this judgment by way of appeal immediately as allowed by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
It may not be Uhuru yet for President Bola Tinubu and the ruling APC, but President Tinubu has a strong conviction that the time is ripe for Nigerians to come along in the aspiration to move Nigeria forward.
Let's pull the country forward. And with your help, my friend, my colleagues, and all of you, I promise to do more.
For now, the battle has swung to the Supreme Court, where aggrieved parties in the election hope to have the electoral victory of President Tinubu overturned.